Eagle, go, Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check. Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network, the R.I.F.T, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you could need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another cool and groovy edition of the Otter's Den with your hosts, me and
And
Joni.
Keith,
Yeah, she's over there.
what's going on?
I don't know. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Hey, Vet Girl. Out, Mr. Odell himself is in the house. Evening travelers. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Denise, thanks for coming on. I don't know if anybody else out there noticed this, but I woke up Sunday and the world was not right.
You think?
I mean that. Yeah, we got all this stuff going on out there, but my personal world was not right. Nothing seemed correct. My feelings, I was feeling stuff that I shouldn't be feeling. Like I just lost somebody very close to me, and I have not. And I'm almost wondering if it's how you may agree with me. Timeline change, two timelines stepping over each other, two universes. And I did look up. They did fire CERN on Sunday.
Oh, they did.
They did. So I don't know. It's bled over into today. I physically don't feel well today. My neck is killing me.
Well, you
No,
got
no.
two planets on your rising that just shifted.
Well, maybe that's some of it too. I don't know.
Saturn is your bones.
Hey,
It is.
I
I don't know what your
thank you, Sharon.
Aries might be your neck. It's your head. Is your
Yeah,
head your neck?
yeah, it's kind of all right here.
Like,
Yeah, Heidi noticed the two energy shifts definitely if she's felt it.
yep. Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing to compare to what's coming. I told you,
Okay.
June would start it. July and August kicks in. This is nothing.
La 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 la.
I'm looking at CERN's natal chart. Let's see.
Howie, Harp is now privately owned by Academy now. Yes, you're not wrong. And they don't need the big facility in Alaska anymore. They figured out a smaller way to do it, and that was admitted during a congressional hearing.
Okay. The Large Collider began operating in 2010, but it was established on September 29th in 1954. But the major thing fired up in 2010. But I got to find a date on 2010.
Yes, Howie. Yeah, Howie and the doctor, that's his AI assistant, they were actually talking about some of the same stuff Sunday on his show about timelines overlapping and whatnot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know anything about them with astrology. I know what's going on with the astrology, but I don't know about that timeline thing. I don't know if they're connected. They probably are, but I don't know how. Right?
Yeah. Well, let's look at something. If we've got a different universe overlapping with ours, if their time is different than ours, their astrology might be different than what ours is right now, and
Well, sure.
that would really funk up the energies.
Don't add any more planets on my plate.
I got
No
enough.
more universes.
I got enough.
Yeah, I can't do any more charts.
You know, unless Rich me over in that other universe wants to drop, $100 grand in my gun safe. Cool, go for it, man.
CERN is a rising Scorpio.
Now that's interesting. Hey, Lois.
You know, Neptune, Saturn are hitting its sixth house, which would be its health and its day-to-day operations. And
Well,
it's opposing everything. It's opposing a lot in its 12th house.
Interestingly enough, they put out let's see if I can find it here, an article to where, yeah, I didn't save that one, unfortunately. But they were having glitches and electrical fluctuations, and they had been making mini black holes. Literally, they admitted, yeah, we've got some mini black holes appearing. That can alter space-time. That can do a lot.
That I would think that might be Uranus. And Uranus was squaring Mars all weekend. So that would not be a good day to fire that thing up.
Right.
That'd be stupid. That would just be really not smart. Because Mars is still squaring Uranus, actually, but it's 3 degrees apart, so it's separating. Thank God.
Hey, Jane Lynn. Jane Lynn says, Joni!
What's up? So CERN is the sun is in Virgo, figures.
Yeah.
Moon is in Capricorn, and it's a rising Scorpio. That's great. That's very precise. Pac 12th house, which is typical because it's like CERN.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius is packed, typical. I don't know. I wouldn't have fired it up over when they did. It'll malfunction.
It did.
Yeah.
It did malfunction.
Oh, sure it will. Oh, where's Neptune, Saturn at in their chart? Here's 6th house. And it's opposing all their Libra planets. Well, no wonder. Whoops. There's so much going on right now. I literally, you cannot, seriously. And it's nuts. I don't even know the word for it. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Oh, here. In 2025, the LHC had a data spike that initially seemed unusual, but it was later determined to be potentially caused by a cosmic ray mimicking a collision event.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Is that from CERN?
Yes.
Oh, they tell you what they're doing?
Well, it's not from CERN. It's a news article I'm reading.
Oh. Or do they just make up stuff? Like everybody else makes up stuff to tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Made up story.
I can't
I
find
don't know what a black hole would be in astrology. Pluto, maybe? Pluto's in Aquarius. I don't know. I'll have to look up CERN.
Jan's got a question for you there.
Oh, okay.
Joni, is it something in the stars today that is just causing a massive
Oh.
I've been there since yesterday.
Honey, you
Yeah.
name it, it's happening. But we're getting over it right now. We're Mars and Uranus are squaring. They've been squaring since really over the weekend. That's going apart. We're in the last
Okay.
Jupiter Saturn square, which started back in December of 2020. We're going to be getting over that. Let's see, we're in the great conjunction of Neptune and Saturn right now. That's till about 2026. Jupiter just shifted to Cancer. We're in the first magic triangle right now. That will kick in really strong in July, August.
Same, Jan. July and August.
Well, that's you know what? That's probably Saturn, Neptune, maybe. Saturn is depression. Saturn can be depression, and we're in that square. Okay, we're in the Jupiter Saturn square. Try to trace back, hun, what has happened since December of 2020.
A lot.
Well, I know, but I forget the other dates. God, AI is the stuff, man. Let's see. Let's ask Grok. This Jupiter Saturn square.
Hey, Jan, we got to figure out the date to where I helped you with that one paranormal thing and look at the astrology that, hey, we should look at that sometime.
We know it's challenging, Grok. Oh, the pandemic started. Okay.
Yeah.
Social and political unrest. We know that. Economic challenges. The U.S. election. Okay, we know that. Conclusion. What? Okay.
Yeah, Howie, that was today. My anxiety was off the hook. My overthinking. I mean,
Oh, here's your here's your dates. August 9th. Okay, so we had September or December of 2020. Most recent square. Okay, August 19th, 2024. The third exact square was Christmas Eve, 2024. And now the last and final square is June 17th, 2025.
Now you said that final, right?
This is the final. The
Final.
Great Conjunction in Aquarius on December 21st, 2020 started. So we're in it right now, June 17th. So we're there. That's why, you guys. Jupiter's in Cancer and Saturn's in Aries. So it's hitting your rising, Keith.
That's my Aries.
And your fourth house.
What's fourth house?
Just home. Your home.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That really makes a lot of sense right now.
So Jupiter's in your fourth house, which is home, and wanting to expansion. I got to get this done. And Saturn is saying, no, we need a plan. I think right now, the only thing you can do is this week is just ride the wave. Not tomorrow. It's really been hitting for about a week. At least a week, but it's I think it's exact about tomorrow. Wait, let me look. I ran this chart today. It's exact right now as we speak. So it's right now. So
okay.
Yeah. I mean, so that's it. I mean, so you've got that huge cycle is coming to an end.
Good.
And Jupiter, like on mundane front, is the law. So this is a very karmic square with Jupiter, Saturn. I mean, it's really, where's it hitting in the U.S. chart? Oh, what's not hitting in this chart?
Right.
Shit. Fifth house.
There's so much going on. It's hard to keep track of.
I can't. I mean, it's difficult right now
Between Disney and the riots and the protests. Some are protests peaceful. Some are not. Some are.
Well, if you recall, look at the cycle. Okay, remember we had the Summer of Love. Wasn't that in 2020?
I don't remember.
Whatever the Summer of Love was, there were 500 riots. Portland, the Summer of Love. Was it Portland or Seattle or something?
I think both, wasn't it?
It was that where they wouldn't leave. They were camped out.
Yeah.
That was the Summer of Love. And Minneapolis burnt down.
Yeah.
And they had all those riots. So it's only natural that this is coming back because this is the final square.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It makes exact square. However,
thanks, Jen.
What happened is they were not handled properly, so they accelerated. This time they are not. Yeah, you do, honey. You do. This will pass. This is a tough square, and this is the end of it. We're at the end of that cycle.
Yes.
It is. It breaks on. Jupiter wants to expand. It wants to go for things. It has the big dreams. It wants you to have growth. And Saturn is coming in and saying, stop it. This is a reality check. And I'm going to bee slap you until you get a plan, you get on track and put in some discipline and hard work. Yeah, you can have growth and abundance, but you have to do the work.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You do. So, and you go back and look at the mundane astrology is, if you've noticed, this particular time, the police are not, they're arresting people. They're not allowing the destruction that occurred in 2020.
And the Department of Transportation is not giving the sanctuary cities who are allowing this and protecting these people any money to rebuild. If you are going against the law, they are not giving you any funds
Or they
to
shouldn't.
rebuild
Why
any
should
damage.
they shouldn't do it.
No.
They shouldn't. I am the biggest advocate of peaceful gatherings and speak your mind. I'm all for it. I think it's great. To me, it's a social event. You see your friends, you talk, it's fun. But it's got to be done right within the arms of the law.
Right.
And when you start to throw cinder blocks and bricks and hit the horses in LA, they beat the horses. Don't touch the animals. You want to fire me up, hit the animals.
There is somebody deliberately, professionally placing pallets of bricks, concrete blocks, handing out face masks from
he's arrested. He got arrested. Didn't you see that?
Yeah,
he's
charged. One of them did.
He got charged. So they're not messing with this.
These things are being funded, and there are a lot of different places that are funding them.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, they are.
I had that pulled up, and I don't have it pulled up anymore.
Well,
but they're all NGOs, nonprofit organizations.
Nonprofits. That's a very thin line when it's getting the nonprofit status.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to be nonpartisan.
Mm-hmm.
Or your nonprofit status will be taken away, as it should.
Right. Right.
Why should my tax dollar monies go for something I might not agree with? What if I don't agree with it?
Absolutely.
It's not fair. So so here comes Jupiter at the end of this square coming in going, and Saturn is going to hit the brakes, and Jupiter is the law.
Yes.
So this square right now, it's going to tighten up like nobody's business. And as it should.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of control.
It is.
These people they're spending money and have spent our money like drunken sailors.
Yes. Yes, they have.
And this is our money.
Mm-hmm.
And we should demand where it goes. And we should be able to pull it up on a computer and see every dime of our money that's spent.
Yes. Here in Wymore, for example, I was on city council. Every year we'd have a budget meeting. It's an open public meeting. Anybody can come to the budget meeting. We went through line item by line item by line item. Every department, EMS, fire, they handed in their budget. We went through it. Okay, why are you wanting so much on this? This is this much more than last year. What is your reasoning? Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 hours. $1 million budgets, it takes a bit to go through. Now, consider the United States budget, Nebraska's budget. Imagine how big that is and how long that would take to go through. But we should be able to have access to that budget.
Yes.
Hell, the Congress and they didn't even have access to a lot of it.
Every federal employee gets a credit card, it seems like, and they're going to casinos, they're going out, come on, take them out, get rid of them, shut them off.
Elon did.
They don't want me. They should get about 5 women in there, because you give women coupons and a budget, like a grocery store, and we would have a balanced budget within a day.
Yep.
And I mean, because women know how to do it. And we don't mess around.
Trump's trying.
I would say shut off every credit card. Bye. They wouldn't want me, because it's like, no, you're out of control.
Elon tried that, and they shut him down.
Well,
So,
of course, they're getting kickbacks.
I think in retaliation, he lowered the limit that you can spend to 1 cent.
Well, that's what they. Good. Well, it needs to be reined in, but
yes,
that's the Jupiter Saturn. That's just one cycle going on. The skies are just, you just have to ride through June, July, and August.
It's
amping up. We've talked about this.
I don't want it anymore.
For a year. I said in June. June. We're going to amp up in June.
It's here now.
Tell me about it.
That makes it different than just talking about it for the last.
I know. And when you feel it, and you actually feel it, and you see it, and you see, I think my frustration was when you try to tell people, when you go out and you literally say it 1,000 times. If you're out in a crowd and you use your intuition, get out.
Yeah. Don't feel right, go.
But, look at all the violence that occurred. And it was like, just listen.
Yeah.
I mean, people in Utah were shot. Innocent people. And I mean, there were a lot of horrific things that occurred.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many times do you have to tell people? It's like pounding your head up against a freaking wall.
A Democratic senator and her husband was assassinated.
Yes.
By someone, and they're not, proving it yet. Dude. But it's pretty sure it is because she voted with Republicans.
They don't
move healthcare funding for illegals.
They don't know. This story gets. I'm doing the show on it Wednesday, and it got even more whacked today.
Watch.
Wait until you know what?
Hey again.
He stopped at 2 other people's homes before he got to the Speaker of the House's home. So he had already hurt the couple. Mm-hmm. And he went to another home, and thank God this woman and her children were on vacation. Then he went to another home. They didn't answer. So then he went to the Speaker of the House's home, and they said he had maps. He has been stalking these people.
Manifesto, multiple weapons.
But the more I dig into this guy, the creepier it gets.
Yeah. No. Hear me out here. It's come to light that officers were on scene at that house.
I know.
A shootout started.
That's right.
Escaped into the house.
I saw that.
And then banged both individuals, and then escaped
out the back
door.
Pulled off that mask
and the hat, left the hat, and then went to the next place.
Had a vehicle, left his vehicle in the driveway, and went to another vehicle
with an AK in it and multiple
three
firearms. Yes.
It's really bizarre, and it's like whenever you hear them come out and say, "Oh, social media's got so many stories out there," you know that the social media people are hitting on something.
Yeah,
that's true. He had the roommate, although he was married, where he was found with 5 kids. Nobody in that town knew him.
Right.
Town of 600. Didn't know a family with 5 kids. Really? Rural. Wrong. Okay. Red flag. $500,000 home. The roommate that he stayed at his house, the one that loves the camera, it's the Papa John's pizza delivery driver, said, oh, they're having financial problems. When the wife on Saturday got 50 grand out of the bank, cash.
And got pulled over.
They let her go.
Visas, weapons, cash in the car, and they let her go.
Well,
While they were looking for this guy.
she's still under investigation. But
This
passports.
stinks of corruption.
Some may pass a must melt. Oh, I've been digging in it like crazy. This guy actually worked at 7-Eleven, right?
You got to be kidding me.
No, his career was at 7-Eleven.
All right.
However, he quit his job, went to Africa, and wanted to do some kind of food. It was called the Red Lion. That was the company. So I pulled up the company, and
Company.
so he was considered a government contractor, which means did he get U.S. aid?
Yeah. And
Were his funds cut off from the Congo?
Right.
NGO. I think it was an NGO, but I have to keep digging. So is that what triggered him?
He was also a security guard. That's where he got the police-looking
No, he was starting a security company. I've got all that on my slideshow. I got their website.
What I mean, and his wife was one of the heads of that company.
CEO.
Yes.
Right. So, and they were federal contractors with this company. She worked for the governor as well when he was in Congress. She was an intern. I don't know, man. It just really, this, you know what this reminds me of? And I hate to say this. This reminds me of Butler, PA, and the guy on the roof.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
How did a 57-year-old man run from the police? And there's a video of him going back to his roommate's house, and he walks with a limp and can't even walk.
Yeah.
57 years old. That'd be like me saying I outran the police. Really?
Now, I might be able to for maybe a block, but after that, I'm on the ground pointing. You got me.
I could lay on the ground and roll. That's about all I could do. Something ain't right. This is going to be a good show.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch.
Well, and when the time frames, the time stamps that they're giving aren't matching the astrology.
Something funny in Denmark.
Something's funny in Denmark.
And I don't mean actually in Denmark.
Something's funny in Minnesota. But, I don't want to be like spreading false rumors. I'll put out the facts that I found.
Right.
Oh, I've got about 30 slides from his companies. And then he put online, and, usually they take their online stuff down.
Yeah.
Well, people are so slick now. The minute something happens, people are like digging online.
Yes.
And they're before it gets taken down.
Yes. And that is phenomenal.
So
I love that.
There's even where he was looking for a job to go back into the 7-Eleven career because of the fact the Africa thing didn't work out.
Uh-huh.
And then he bought a church in Iowa. What? I got pictures of the church.
And what is the church? It's like a non-profit organization.
Yeah, right. Hello, NGO.
Supposed to be. Just saying.
Oh, it is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of nonprofits. We got a lot of shell companies here.
Yep.
So, guy had a list, and the guy, I would say, was a little triggered. Like, what a whack job!
Yeah.
This is Well, how many of those things that they do this with are in a 9mm? I don't know. I'm almost afraid to ask AI.
My 380 is, I believe, a 6.
I have no idea how many.
They're 9 or 10. You can get different size magazines.
Okay, because the one person was SHOT like 8 or 9 times, and the other one was 9 times out of a 9mm.
That would be 2 different magazines, unless they had a larger capacity.
I don't know. There's so many questions.
Well, and also he supposedly fired the officers, so there's more rounds.
Right. I wonder how many that was.
I saw a video of the house. There were bullet holes all over the house.
Where is the body cam?
Thank you.
They usually release that immediately.
No, not so much.
No.
Not so much. Not here. No. And
people are not going to let this go away.
It wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden, oh look, it malfunctioned.
Yeah, the batteries weren't working. I didn't put the batteries. It's tragic. It's so horrifically tragic.
It is.
It's just horrible.
You know, people lost their lives due to politics. That's not right.
That's awful.
It's not right.
But what triggered this dude?
Somebody paid him.
And then he had those no king spot things in the back seat, written on napkins.
Uh-huh.
What a freak.
Yeah.
And that creepy mask.
Yep. And I saw, who was it? I got it pulled up here. Hang on.
People are looking at the ring camera saying, this guy doesn't look like he's as tall as the guy that's on the ring camera. So, I mean, people are really getting into it.
Well, yeah. Benny. Can't remember his last name. Benny
is on it.
Benny Johnson. Yeah. He was saying how, the different pictures from the different ring camps look like 2 different people. One person is actually physically bigger than the other one.
Really? I'll have to look at that tomorrow. I wouldn't have opened my door.
Well, I wouldn't have either, but
not with that mask. I said, oh, hell to the no.
Right.
I mean,
and a cop ain't gonna walk up to your door wearing a mask. Just saying.
No, not with their eyes blacked out.
No, and the mask is off of some TV show.
Yeah. It's creepy. It's the creepiest.
Yeah, and the guy says, I'm the knocker or whatever.
Yeah, what is that?
Knocks on the door.
What is it? Bad? Something bad.
And bang them. I'm sorry, what's that?
It's something bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
I mean, dude, there is no way. Look at that. I mean, who would answer their door?
Nope. What? Not happening. Not happening. Hang on while I get my thing out of my safe and I put some in it.
It's just it's tragic. It's just horrible. Mars Ernest Square. I'm telling you. Oh, this is what we got coming up.
Yes.
We've got a lot going on right now, but in July, okay, I'm just giving you a little heads up. We begin to go back into retro. We're going to have 4 planets in retro in July. So we're going to have Neptune, Saturn going. We're going to have Neptune, Saturn. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know. Neptune, Saturn, Pluto's already in retrograde, and then Mercury goes into retrograde. Then Uranus moves into Gemini.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I told you, get ready. And then
Let's
July.
Let's have a party.
Yeah, it's a retro party. But you know that this is the good thing about retrogrades. Things do slow down a bit.
Yeah, that is true. Gives us time to look at what's happening as it comes up. And, your pre-shadow period, it kind of gives you some hints at what's going to come up. And then during your retrograde, it comes up right in front of you. Here it is. You look at that. And then your post-shadow period is a time where you get to reflect on what you learned and learn to apply that new knowledge into your life. At least that's the way it's supposed to work.
Well, I think it's just going to be keeping just being able to get up and go to work in July and coming home is going to be.
Trust me, it takes
the reflecting thing. I think you should cancel that in July.
It takes me everything I have to get up and go to work in the morning.
Just exist in July. Just be self-love July. Let's declare July right now as self-love month.
Okay.
And do nothing. I mean, take your garbage out, and clean your house up, and do things you enjoy. Be out in the garden and self-love month.
Get organized so you feel better about your home, your car.
Right.
Clean your car out, people. Clean your car out.
Oh, I got to do that. And just do things you enjoy in July.
Mm-hmm.
Because July is going to be, what?
And breathe. And another thing that's going to help you is not to engage publicly in conversations of a political nature.
No. I wouldn't.
What's going on, but you don't have to engage yourself into it.
Well, I think it's important to stay aware of what's happening.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But, if you're scrolling on Facebook and you see somebody's opinion, you don't have to get on there and start screaming at them.
Oh, hell, no, that's ridiculous.
Don't be a keyboard warrior.
That's silly.
It's going to help your mental state. And
there's too much going on in the world right now, too, for us to, especially, I'll tell you, the chart to me that's interesting right now, and I'm glad I pulled it up, was Iran's chart. Listen to what's happening to them. Neptune and Saturn has moved and is right now on their moon, which is their people, in Aries in the first house.
Okay.
Jupiter just moved into their 4th house, which is the homeland. Okay. Pluto just moved into their 11th house, getting ready to hit their Mercury, and then Mars. Let me tell you, if this is not a rise up, I don't know what one is. The eclipses are going to be hitting their 12th and 6th house. Which is Pisces, Virgo. If this is not, if the rumors that are coming across social media are true and that people are currently uprising
against their rulers,
right, it wouldn't surprise me. It's all here.
Yeah. Because the people, though, they don't like the war any more than anybody else.
Well, they don't like to what's happened to them since the 70s.
No, they don't like the way they're ruled. Not at all.
It's awful. Israel is in their Mars return right now in Leo. Jupiter's moving into the 10th house of their president. What else is going on? The sun is hitting Uranus there. Wow.
Don't get their ass sunburned.
Well, they're in the Mars return in Leo.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder they started what they did.
Like, nope, we're done.
No, not us. We've got Jupiter hitting Venus right now. So, and it's in the 8th house of others' money. And that's tariffs and trade too.
Yeah.
Which all these trade talks. And that's Jupiter hitting Venus. This is lots of money. The stock market, I don't watch it because I don't have stocks, but it's got to be up. It's got to be soaring right now. I don't know if it's up or down.
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth.
Well, it's going to be up. Huge, huge. Mercury's on the sun. United States' chart is a Cancer chart. Mercury, yeah. Jupiter, Sun, and Venus in the 8th house. And Jupiter just went in there. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. What's happening right now in our country is very, very karmic. The South Node is sitting on top of our natal Venus. That's where it's delusional. People are not wanting to look at the karma from this country.
Right.
And they've got to. Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, most of my crypto is back up a little bit. So.
Oh, crypto's Uranus. That's not crypto is Uranus. That's
okay.
wait till it hits it. That's July.
Okay.
That's going to skyrocket in July when it hits Gemini.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Crypto will be July. And Uranus is decentralization of money.
Yeah.
So the U.S. chart is not as crazy as everybody else's. It's actually a lot calmer. But we just came out of a Pluto return. We needed a little rest.
Yes.
Let's see.
Hey, it looks like Shannon's watching on Rumble.
A lot of people are watching on Rumble.
That's
good.
Rumble and YouTube.
That's great. That's wonderful. But, get through June, July, and August. And then we go into eclipse season in September. So I think things will really kind of calm down about November, maybe.
Hopefully that's my birthday.
I haven't looked at November. It's been rocking, hasn't it? To say the least.
Yep.
It's just...
Hey, Chris.
It's all this shifting. That's all it is. It's energy shifting. And you just got to get used to it.
Well, yeah, because when you get upgrades and the energy shift, it affects your physical body. And then your physical body has to catch up.
Yep.
With different vibration. And you're going to be lethargic. You're going to feel like you're not going to want to do anything. That's a sign that you need to rest and allow your body to catch back up.
Right.
With everything that's changing and going on. And
right.
Like Joni's been saying this entire hour, there are major shifts going on and more coming. Every time we get a solar flare, meteor shower, that all affects our energy.
Yep. It does. And Uranus, remember, in July is going to amp up the earthquakes.
Yeah.
So earthquakes and volcanoes. I actually got earthquake insurance.
It's not a bad idea,
$8 a year.
especially if you live in, near a fault line.
I don't, but I just was kind of. I just kind of said, "I'm gonna get it. I don't care." It made me feel better.
Well, yeah.
You never know.
Right. Even if you have a small one in your basement wall cracks, that's going to cost a lot of money to fix.
Right.
And we had one here a number of years ago before the fire, and it did crack the basement wall.
See, they can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I just did it. I thought, well, if I feel like I need it, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Why not?
$8, that's affordable.
Yeah, it wasn't that much. $8. It's worth it because we're not on. I mean, it's not like I live in California where it's expensive.
Right.
We're not on a fault line or nothing.
$8. That's a Scooter's cup of coffee.
Right. So I thought it's worth it because Uranus is going to be cranking stuff up. He's at 28 degrees. So once it hits that 29, and I watch it like a hawk. And I know when they hit 29, and that's when it's going to start shaking a little.
Yep, because the end of the
It's
cycle.
already starting.
It's the end of a cycle, and you're going to work into that 0 degree mark, and then that's the beginning of a new cycle.
Right. Especially at the Aries. We've got Neptune and Saturn at 0 and 1, Jupiter's at 0, and Uranus is at a high. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's exciting. I think it's neat.
Ever since 2020, when the lockdown started, everybody wanted to know, when's it going to go back to normal?
Whoops.
It's not
going
to go back to the normal that you were used to.
No.
We are going to, a new era is going to be created. And in that process, the old normal has to be crumbled in order for the new, better to come into play. There's got to be room for the new to come in, the new better to come in.
Well, it did crumble. Here in America, it did. With the Pluto return, it crumbled. I don't think we know it yet, but it's rebuilding now. It did collapse. We just didn't know it.
Right. Yeah, right. There is no normal.
Well, not like we knew it. I actually forget what it was like before COVID.
I don't, because
I don't remember it really.
My life really didn't change. I still had to go to work.
Yeah.
And I come home.
Yeah.
That was my life anyway. I'm an introvert. I don't go out very often at all.
Well,
I come
now
home,
you can pick up your groceries. That's a good thing that came out of it.
Yeah.
You can just put your grocery list down, go to Kroger, and pick them up. That's super when you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. Or you can have them delivered.
Right. So many good things came out of it.
Mm-hmm. New businesses started.
Right. So, there were a lot of pluses. So we just got to look at those pluses and move ahead. We're moving ahead.
Yes.
With these magic triangles coming up, you have to look ahead and be optimistic.
Triangles.
The magic triangles. I might get a tattoo with one of these little magic triangles.
There you go.
Till 2030. But, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. You could look all around the world. It's crazy right now. We're lucky that we're here instead of all the craziness that's happening.
Yeah. Hey, Irene, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of craziness. But you just got to stay focused and just it's just energy. It'll be fine. This has been the craziest year yet since 2020, I think. Don't you?
Yeah.
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 It's weird sleeping. I tried melanoma or is that what it's called?
Melatonin.
Melatonin. Melatonin. It didn't work.
That puts me out for about 30 minutes, and then I'm wide awake the rest of the night.
Yeah, it didn't work. I thought, oh, this is crap.
Irene says Tokyo is so haunted she can't go out because they see her coming, so she stays home.
Dude.
That's a big place. I bet it is.
We have to look at Japan's chart.
There's people in public. People.
I always go out. I like to go out.
Here you go, Joni.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That one's for you.
So sweet. I'll keep you in the loop, Michelle. We just gotta, you just gotta ignore a lot of the noise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise, especially with the low bottom feeders, the carpers, the carps, the low bottom feeding carp. Ignore them.
The crustaceans.
Just ignore the negativity. Don't allow it in.
They're just trying to drag you down to their level. Don't let them.
I think it's just there's a lot because there's so much change. They don't. A lot of people, they're losing their stuff and they don't quite understand what's happening and they don't know how to react to it. So they're reacting out of anger.
They are losing their ever-loving
I'm seeing it.
I have watched some of the videos of these, quote, protesters. These people have undiagnosed mental issues, okay? And they are running our streets unmedicated.
I know.
In front of semis, and then expecting the semi to be able to stop on a dime and not hit
Oh
them.
my Lord, they can't. They can't.
It takes football fields for a
Right.
high speed semi to stop.
No, they can't stop.
No, we can't. There ain't no stopping that.
The kids.
Like a train.
The kids are making fun of it because the kids are like, the average age was like 70.
Hey, Michelle.
The average age was like 70, and the kids were just losing it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Kentucky. We have moonshine.
Yes, you do. I've had some.
We do.
It's pretty good stuff too.
It's good stuff.
Steve brought some up when he came from the Spirit Mechanics. They came up here on vacation. He brought a quart of it, and I ain't never drinking shine with Steve again.
No, you got to be careful. Was it real moonshine?
Oh yeah.
Was it brown or white?
No, it was clear.
Clear. That's
But then he's got this thing that he can do energetically. He pulls carbon out of the plaster in the wall and pushes it into the moonshine. And the moonshine actually gets cloudy and starts to boil in the jar while he is doing this.
Great.
With his hands.
Add a little kick to it.
Clears back out, and it turbocharges it and raises the alcohol content.
Oh, super. That's all it needs.
We finished that quart, but I was down for 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
I was down.
It's it'll knock you for a loop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be on the couch for a week.
Yeah, I was. I like the strawberry.
Ours isn't flavored here. They don't put flavoring in it.
Yeah, they do. Go to Scarefest.
Well, not the real stuff. That's like Gatlinburg stuff.
No,
that's like Smoky Mountain stuff. This is usually the real stuff is not flavored.
Right, but they're you can flavor them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Irene says hers is made from the fruit of the cherry blossom tree.
Oh.
Alcohol is made from either sweet potato or other stuff. That makes sense.
Corn.
Corn. What do you have in Nebraska? Corn.
Yeah. People have stills in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That kind of their basements.
Yeah.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. They're good at it.
I've thought about it. My luck, I get caught though.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, be careful the next couple of weeks. All these squares are going to start to separate. Mars, Uranus, they are separating now, which is fantastic.
Good.
So things should calm down. For the next couple of weeks, we got a breather till July.
Yay.
Yeah, we got a nice new moon. So just try to relax. It's just, I don't know what else to even say anymore. It's like WTF. What do you even say anymore?
Thanks, Denise. Well, that's
Oh, I
just
miss
it.
Denise.
We can talk to her blue in the face, give people advice, but unless they take the advice that we
Well-
give them and match it to their situation in their own way,
Right.
nothing we say or do is going to help them. But we do get to plant seeds into
Right.
their earballs, and it hits the subconscious. So I hope that does help.
Well, I think if you know you're not going crazy and it's like, oh, okay, so it's Jupiter or Saturn and they're going to separate and it's the last in the series, I think it helps when you know what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Jan
you
says,
just,
Jan says she missed your face.
oh, God love you.
I have heard that sake is quite potent. I haven't ever tried it.
Oh, my mom loved sake. That's all she would drink. She loved it warm. She loved it. She loves sake. Sake's the same thing.
I've never tried it.
Oh, and plum wine. That's good too.
I've had dandelion wine.
Plum wine is delicious. Japanese plum wine. It's really good.
She says she's always crazy. The best people are, Irene. The best people.
Mom loved sake. She would always get it warm.
Yeah.
So, but just take it easy. The next couple weeks, take care of yourself and rest up for July, because July we're just self-love month. We're not doing nothing. Just do things you enjoy. Because the retros are going to have your head spinning.
Yes.
There's too many. There's a lot of them.
Do your best to breathe through it.
That's all you can do.
The best-
Retros slow us down.
The
And
best
that's
advice.
perfect.
The best advice I can give right now to everybody listening now, listening later, is as things hit, as it hits you, it will affect your emotions. Allow it to. Allow yourself to feel those emotions. Because if you don't allow yourself to feel them, you won't work through them. You will repress them and they will build up.
Yeah.
And that's unhealthy. Physically, mentally, not at all. Hey, Z-Son. So the best thing you can do is allow yourself to feel them, because once you feel them, then you can start working through them
Right.
in order to release them. It is okay to have a shit day. It is okay to say to yourself, okay, today's shit, but
Right.
tomorrow's coming. Tomorrow's going to be a better day.
That's right.
It's about mindset. It's about how you process your thoughts, how you talk to yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you think to yourself.
That's right.
Don't say this is a shit day. Say, okay, this is a shitty day. I admit that, but let's think of something we can do to make it better.
Right.
What can I do for myself right now to make myself feel better? Hot salt bath, candle, relaxing music,
Amazon. Order something from Amazon.
going for a walk, going to the lake and sitting by the water of the
Go
river.
shopping.
Flowing water is energy. I know you can't do that all the time because of jobs and whatever. And if you're in a big city, hit a park, sit under a tree. It helps.
Go shopping.
Talk about it to yourself.
Go to the five below.
Look at the reasons why it happened. If it's job related, look at the people involved. What happened? Could it have been avoided? You can process it and work through it and
Right.
release it. And pretty soon you start feeling better.
Yeah, especially with a lot of this stuff, especially with Saturn, it's like, what can I do to have, if somebody gets mad at you, especially with Saturn likes you to say, did I do something to that person to anger them?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Did I do something to that person? Did my behavior have something to do with that person coming at me? Or maybe they're having a bad day, so that's what Saturn likes.
Take accountability for your own actions.
Well, absolutely. That's what Saturn loves.
Yeah. And if you can start doing that, pretty soon your behavior changes, because you don't want to you don't want to have to be words. You don't want to have to hold yourself accountable because it doesn't make you feel good. And a lot of people can't do it.
No.
But if you can start, okay, this thing happened at work. It happened when I said this to this person, and then this person went to that person, and they went to the CEO and whatever. Okay. It's a scenario. Well, if you wouldn't have said something to that person, it wouldn't be happening.
Right.
So not everybody's accountable for everything that happens. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. But if you have a part to do with it, be acceptable of that. It helps.
And just own it.
Yes. Yeah, own it.
It's true. Just own it. Own it. Move on. And that, so, well, hon, it's 9:10. I'm going to get off here and go watch TV.
I am too. I'm not feeling that great. I haven't felt that great all day. So,
well, honey, take it easy.
You too.
Take it easy. If you're an Aries, here's the thing too. If you're an Aries right now, Aries rising, Libra rising, we're getting whacked. We're getting whacked right now. So just roll with it. It's gonna change. Those are the two signs that are getting it. Aries rising, and Libra. Libra's getting opposing. I mean,
Aries rising.
Yep. You just roll with these and let this stuff settle down.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week. Be safe.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, it is live. Thank you for jumping on.
Yes.
Hopefully this is the end of the show. We did post it on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, the Otter's Den, R.I.F.T Nation Network. So if you want, go back and rewatch.
Definitely. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yes. And Jan and Renee and I will be back next week. And I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about something.
Well, good. Have fun. That'll be fun. It'll be a fun Monday night.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it.
And I will mention there is a QR code. I got the right finger right up here in the corner.
Right there. Oh, there you go.
And get us a cup of coffee. It's appreciated. It helps us put the show on. And you can also support us by sending stars. So thank you, everybody, for jumping on. I hope things go well for you during all these astronomical events. And just stay calm. Just breathe. Take a step back. Practice the pause. And it's going to help a lot.
It'll help.
Oh, I know that girl. It flies. It flies.
I know.
But we'll be back.
We'll be back. And you'll be back Monday. I'll be back Wednesday. And I'm doing the Minnesota, what the occurrences that happen in Minnesota. And see what the astrology says. The astrology's not matching up. That's a little odd. So, but I'll make it work.
All righty.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. We'll see everybody later.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great week.